What's going on, world? It's Work Hard Wednesday. Me, Yella, Mick, Brandon. Just jump right into it. It's Wednesday, May 25th. Thank you, Jesus, for the opportunity to come together midweek. Let's jump into our cheat sheet. And today I'm going to do a lot of, we're going to get this cheat sheet. Brandon's going to run through it again. As he's running through it, I want you guys to just, do what we did last time. When I talked to Mick last week, he was just like, man, it was just like when he was saying it, I was saying it too. I mean, that's the feel that you have to have, especially because it's building up your confidence. Not only are we trying to help build Brandon up and informing and educating him on the product, but we also want to keep ourselves on that same level. And it's all fun and games. Yeah, and that's the spirit that we have to have, and it's refreshing because as we've been doing this year after year, because we want to get to a point where, like Mick said, man, it was just coming out. When I was thinking about it, I was like, damn, and I haven't read it in a little bit, but it was there. And that's what we have to remind ourselves of each and every day, especially when someone new comes into the fold. We have to be ready to help them out. And not only that, but seeing how far we've come along the way. So with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Brandon right now. And you can just scroll down. I switched up the font for you to make it less bold so you can probably read it a little bit better.
All right. Bottle type. Oh. The Never-Ending Boost. Romance copy. This is more than just another drink. Dare to turn your dreams into reality. To inspire a generation to go further, instill confidence in ourselves, and transform into a new youth. Motivation, determination, and patience. Strength, unity, and peace is our recipe for you to succeed. Join the movement. OozeJuice.com.
All right, so romance copy is the biggest thing because, the product it's an avenue, right, to our message. So our romance copy, like, you really got to feel it when you're saying it. And that's why, when I sent over the cheat sheet, it's your chance to really basically fall in love with the product. Get to really feel like where we're coming from and what we're trying to impress on consumers. So when you're saying it, it got to come from like the heart. You know what I mean? There's a lot of great things in the romance copy that people look at and they draw from. And so when we're saying it, we're saying to them, like, this is what it really is. Yes, Ooze Juice is healthier for you, but there's also a message attached to it. So always have that in mind when when you look at the romance copy, and then even in your daily walk. You're looking at certain things that are said in this romance copy, and you're saying, oh, damn, I could use that today. I could use that today. You're just trying to pull from it as much as you can, because when you're out there in the field and people want to hear your story, what better way to say, this is our story, in just a few, was more than a few words, but you get what I'm saying, like in our romance. So just practice that over and over and over until it just becomes embedded in your mind, and you're just saying, man, this is more than just another drink, where you're really feeling it, like, man, okay, yeah, there's all these other drinks out there, but I'm telling you about this drink right here. This is more than that. You got to get fired up about it. You got to really feel it deep down in your spirit and your soul, where the next person that you're talking to, they're just like, oh shit, okay, I feel it. And that's kind of the impression that we want to leave, when we're speaking about it. So,
Bottle type, 20 ounces, 591 milliliters. Heat set, Amcor, Powerflex, long neck, PET, polyethylene, terephthalate. Bottle diameter, 2.582 inches. Bottle width, 2.58 inches. 2.582 inches. Bottle height 8.5 inches. Net weight fluid 619.1 grams. Gross weight fluid and bottle 659.1 grams. Finish 38 milliliters. Bottle weight 40 grams.
All right, and then just a heads up. So when we talk about finish, that's the cap. 30. So the cap is 38 millimeters, and then everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. But just giving you an insight on what is that, in case you were wondering.
Nutrition facts. Serving size 8 fluid ounces, 240 milliliters, 60 grams of natural caffeine per 8 fluid ounces, 150 grams or milligrams of natural caffeine per 20 fluid ounces. Servings per container 2.5. Calories 70 per serving, 175 total. Calories from fat 0. Total fat 0. Saturated fat 0 grams. Trans fat 0 grams. Cholesterol 0 milligrams. Sodium 0 milligrams. Total carbohydrates 17 grams per serving, 42.5 total. Daily value 6%, 15% total. Dietary fiber 0 grams. Sugar 16 grams, 40 total. Protein 0 grams. Vitamin A 2%, 5% total. Vitamin C 8%, 20% total. Calcium 2%, 5% total. Iron 0%. Ingredients: apple juice base, mango juice, pineapple juice, noni juice extract, tropical banana and taro. Our dominant flavors are taro and tropical banana. Mission statement: our mission is to motivate and inspire others to tap into their inner greatness and dare to turn their dream into reality. Target market: Polynesian people are the first because of knowledge of origin, then the masses, teens, adults, athletes, workers, entertainers, basically everyone from the ages of 15 to 35. Benefits of ingredients: apple juice reduces bad cholesterol levels and enhances the cardiovascular health of a person. The risk of getting heart disease is reduced significantly. Helpful for weight loss, improves the functioning and health of intestines, combines combats constipation effectively, cleans livers and kidneys, and reduces the risk of kidney and liver disease. Improves the
functioning, digestion.
Oh yeah, digestion, and eliminates harmful toxins from the body. Contains antioxidants, which prevents different kinds of cancer. Vitamin C, very good for the lungs, and it lowers the risk of asthma. Mango juice.
So before you move on, the objective is, like, as we're reading off the benefits of each ingredient, so your job would be to be like, okay, I just need to pick something that I can throw at somebody. So what is it good for? Well, apple juice it combats, such and such, go on. But so you're pulling like, okay, well, you say, okay, what else is good for? Well, did you know that apple juice helps reduce the risk of getting heart disease? And so it's those little things that you're going to take away from it. Because you're not going to be reading all this to people,
Right.
you know what I mean? You're just going to they're going to hit you on the go, and you're just going to throw out one quick fact, and then they're just be, oh, okay, cool. So that's the purpose of going over this over and over, so that you can really, like, it can really just stick in your head, and you're just saying, bam, on the go. I got a fact for you right here. Here goes a fact finder. Did you know this? Did you know that? All right, cool.
All right. So, mango juice improves memory and concentration. It prevents mental weakness. It is very rich in beta carotene, which prevents heart disease and other ailments. Combats poor digestion and acidity. Acidity. Very effective for liver disorders. Rich in vitamin A, so it is good for your eyesight. Makes the complexion fair and the skin soft and shiny.
Two? Yeah. No, just two. Just, no, there's. Oh. Yeah.
Pineapple juice contains the enzyme bromeliad, a natural anti-inflammatory that encourages the healing of bruising and swelling in the body. Bromelain can reduce arthritis pain and postoperative swelling. Also promotes good digestion by helping the body break down proteins. Contains vitamin C, which functions as a natural antioxidant. Promotes a healthy immune system and can help people recover more quickly from a cold. Promotes cell growth, tissue repair, and body production of collagen, a protein that plays an important role in the healing of wounds. It helps the body metabolize fats and absorbs iron. Noni juice extract, protein or protection against the development of cancer. Also exhibits anti-tumor properties. It is an immune booster, and it considered one of the most nutritious fruits. Many of its nutritions are known to stimulate the immune system. Considered a digestive stimulant, traditionally used as laxative, or has been found to be 75% effective as morphine, sulfate, in relieving pain without the toxic side effects. Toxic side effects. Effective against bacteria and fungus, with active compounds like anthracnonics, scolopectin, and terpenes. Taro is a root of a vegetable which is grown in semi-tropical climates. Taro root has a low glycemic index. A low GL means that GI mean a low GI means that taro affects blood sugar levels slowly without the peaks and crashes of high GI, which leads to increased hunger later on. Eating a diet of low GI foods can help prevent diabetes. Contains good amounts of vitamin C and A. Kind of read that backwards, but all right. Tropical banana contains a good amount of anti
Oxidants.
antioxidants, minerals, and vitamins. Replenishes energy and revitalizes the body instantly.
You got flex now.
Vitamin C helps the body develop resistance against infectious agents or infectious agents and scavenge harmful oxygen
Toxins.
free radicals. That's malic acid, right? Malic acid is an organic compound that is made by all the living organisms, contributes to the pleasantly sour taste of fruits, and is used as a food additive. I mean, natural caffeine. The raw green Arabica coffee bean is considered to be or to make milder, less bitter coffee. It is the Adam and Eve of coffee beans, grown in Ethiopia as well as 70 other equatorial countries. Pectin. A gelling, right?
Yeah,
Gelling agent that is used as a subsidizer.
Stabilizer.
Oh, I don't know why I said that. Stabilizer in fruit juice gives you an excellent mouthfeel with taste consumers expect from fruit juices.
Cool. So keep on.
We'll meet again.
30.
I want to walk in so play.
Yeah.
Now you did better until you got to the bigger words.
Yeah, I mean, it's just practice, repetitious. You know, if you just keep on just going at it over and over, it just builds your confidence, like we said last week. And that's the whole purpose of this. You know, just training you up the right way. And obviously, we're trying to speed it up a little bit because this is 3 years advanced, right? Yeah. So we're trying to cut the curve with you.
You guys already know what I'm reading already. Like, if I'm having trouble with whatever words, you already know the words that I'm having trouble with without even looking at the computer, you know. So
yeah, and then,
I understand.
Shit, we don't even trip though. Don't feel discouraged because even I had trouble with some of the words.
Yeah, I mean, we all did. Like when we first started off.
You look. Say that shit. Why is it so long?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like that.
You go back in our early hangouts. We all, you know, it was rough. It was always going to be rough learning something new.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we have to understand is you could either be learning something new to help you, you know, at least grow your mind and start thinking about things on a different level, or you could just be like sitting back and just let the TV run you or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, why not gain something while we have the time here? And that's what this is all about. These meetings are about. Today is pretty much, you know, I got some bad news. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to have the team reunion at Super Park because Mom just told me, and they did, because they had vandalism issues and whatnot. That's why they're not allowing outside, is just for that little community or whatever. And so now we got to switch it up. You know, I dropped the ball on this one. I totally take full responsibility. Mom kind of threw all her eggs in a basket, and I just went along with it. But we should have checked out other locations, which we didn't, and now we're behind schedule as far as putting out what we need to a month. But I got with Fia, and I let her know, hey, just put out the flyer. Just just put location to be determined or to be announced, TBA, and then we have already discussed with her. We're going to be sending out 3 to 5 emails, not a day, 3 to 5 emails within, leading up to the day. And then once I finalize, because I'm going to call the city of Marina tomorrow.
Oh, Ron.
Let's call Ron tomorrow. Let's get it active. Let's get, because I'm pretty sure we can get Preston Park, the field. They had a tournament there last year too. And once they were done, we don't really use those fields, but afterwards we could play a kickball game or whatever. But that's where I feel that we're going to have it again this year. Preston Park, more convenient for us. I mean, not to say that Super Park wasn't convenient, but this is right here. So that's kind of the bad news. But we'll figure it out, and then it just goes to us again. This year, not really a good year as far as planning for this event, and once again, I take it all on my shoulders. Lack of communication on both ends. I mean, I was waiting for a team, and it didn't show up, and so months. Now we're here. 30 days to the date, even with the pushback date. So live and you learn, but we got to get this done. I mean, we started this, and every year we kind of had, the first 2 years, I would say, we had issues with, should we run it again? Should we run it again? We had to remember our why. We had to remind ourselves why we started this. It was for the kids, first and foremost. We got to give something to them. We got to show them that, we put these things together because we want to create memories with you, and not only that, but with each other. And yeah, it's one day, but one day turns into Mondays, right? Family night. One day turns into whatever day that's the whole purpose. So the outlook, the vision of this event was to bring everybody together on this one day, to create stronger bonds, relationships, and no matter what, we're setting the tone for you and your immediate family to be able to spend time with each other. That's the vision of this. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, man, what is one day going to do out of the whole year? And like I said, we take this on because of the fact that we're just trying to show you that one day can lead to you setting up your own family days and you doing things more often with your families. And that is the purpose of Team Reunion. This is a community event, and we want to involve everybody because that's what our grandparents did for us, and showing us that it doesn't matter. We'll say this till our dying day. Your color of your skin, your race, whatever, your last name, whether you're blood related or not, family is family, team is team, and that's what this event represents, and we got to get it done. We got a lot of things, even though there's a lot of things on our plate right now with production run coming up. We're trying to get this scheduled in for the first week of July. So there's a big budget out there with just production runs alone. You add on another let's say 5K. We're already dealing with a 20K budget. And now we add on an additional 5K. It's nothing new that we haven't dealt with before. And therefore, we have proven year after year for 4 years that we can get this done. The 5th year should be no different, even on short notice. A month is more than enough time because we have everything that it took to get to that day, and we got all those things. And that's what we have to keep sight on. Let's not stress about it. Let's just make it happen. That's what it's all about. Today, I want to get to some articles that I found in Growth Inc. and the things that when I'm thinking about Growth Inc., our relationship with this particular company, the amount of work that they've done for us. Not only that, but the articles, the information that they're given. I talked about last week, stagnant. When someone becomes stagnant, maybe it's because we're not applying. You know what I mean? Maybe because we're not applying the information that is given to us. If we're applying this information, there's no reason why we should become stagnant. All right. But once the entrepreneurs do hit roadblocks, we don't just stay at the roadblock. You got to go to the side, go through it, whatever way. And this is what I have to help you guys to understand. Like, man, we're 3 years into this thing. Entrepreneurship, there's no hand. We don't have nobody holding our hand to go to the promised land. All we got is this. Well, first is God. All we got is God that leads us, and then we got our own minds that he blessed us with, and then that drive. You know what I mean? We have to consistently remind ourselves, like, damn, if I don't know how to do something, I gotta figure it out because I'm an entrepreneur. I gotta find a way. I gotta make a way. I gotta make it happen. You know, we talk about that. Make it happen. Make it happen. Win more. Want more. If we really want to win more, if we really want more, then we have to do our due diligence. Let's rewind the tape. Right? 3 years ago, 2 years ago. You know what I mean? 2, 3. You know, when we built this company up, there was people going out, all of us, going the extra mile. Yeah, we were given certain assignments, but we were saying, you know what? I want to find my own information too. I want to go to this website. I want to go to this person. I want to find out more from that person. I want to bring it back to the table and run it to the crew. That is the mentality that we have to have. You know, even at this point right now, even with all the fallback, even with all the, the lack of, we have to find ourselves again. Like, real deal. We have to find ourselves because it's going to take that effort. It doesn't happen overnight, but we can't get trapped in the systematic way of thinking. The systematic way of thinking says, I'll just do enough. You know what I mean? Or if it doesn't happen, I'll just revert back to my old ways. It was foolish of us to think that you can change somebody's mind after 20, 30 plus years of thinking the same way. It was foolish of us to think that we could do that. I mean, there was signs that it was getting there, but it's so overwhelming. And that's why entrepreneurship isn't for everybody, but for those who stay the course, right? The 3% that stay the course, the 97% that turned away, they're going to be employed by the 3%. Do we want to be in that 3%? And that's something that you have to ask yourselves. How bad do we really want this? Do we still have that mentality of 300? Do we still really want to go out there and bust moves, do the necessary work that is required? Because what happens when we raise our productivity to 10%, 200% increase in sales? What are we talking about? Same things that we've repeated over and over and over, and that drove us to get to here, and now we're here. But do we say, is that it? Nah, there's so much more, and we got to fight for this thing. So let me get to these articles real quick. And let me see. The first one I want to open up is it this one? Not that. Oh, that one's for Geller. I got one for Geller. Here it goes. This one is. And the quote, it says, "The bravest are surely those who have the clearest vision of what is before them, glory and danger alike, and yet notwithstanding, go out to meet it." I don't know if you guys feel that, but I really feel that. The bravest are surely those who have the clearest vision of what is before them, whether it's good or bad, glory or danger alike. These motherfuckers is going after 300 style. Do we still have that mentality? We have to. And that was from some dude named Thucydides, some ancient Greek dude, but it's that mentality of attack. No matter how big the storm is, no matter how great, the green grass looks, good, bad, go through. Here we go. Let's start this off right here. It says, "This is the most important question for achieving success." And I'm just going to read this one. I'm going to send the other ones out because I don't want to on whether we miss certain things. I want us to catch this right now because this is how we've built ourselves up, by finding this information and then giving it to each other. This is the most important question for achieving success by Marla Tabaka. As an entrepreneur, you've probably felt stuck at some point along the way. We all agree? You know, I know Brandon is new, but you know, even in your own journey, like I said, this is not just about Oosh Juice. In your own journey as becoming an artist, some point in time you felt stuck, whether it was writer's block or you just didn't know what the next step was. You've experienced a lack of clarity that usually leads to frustration, even fear. When entrepreneurs are in the throes of this confusion and sense of overwhelm, the first question they ask is, how do I get past this and make my business successful? But the more significant question that one makes the but the more significant question, the one that makes the magic happen is, why should I get past this and make my business successful? I don't know if you guys caught that. Most people get into this, they say, how? You know, how do I, okay, what's the next step? You know, we how many times have we did in the past, we say, okay, we're always looking for the next step, but God is saying, wait, you didn't even complete 2, 3, and 4. How are you going to get to 5? Right? And that falls on us because wait, slow it down. Let's take this step first, then that one, then that one. Okay, then we get to step 5. But you got to take first one to the second, to the third, fourth first. But it says how. The more significant question is, why should I get past this and make my business successful? Why? A single word question that provides all the answers you need to create the freedom, happiness, and success that you dream of. Why? A question that too many entrepreneurs never explore, and if they do, they don't explore it deep enough. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, he who has a why can endure anyhow. He who has a why can endure anyhow. What did we just learn? Whether it's good or bad, go through that motherfucker. Those are the ones that's going to make it. The why can endure anyhow. Beginning with the how may seem logical, but the answers to your how questions are rarely clear when you do. Your how doesn't inspire the energy and passion to create your most powerful vision, the grit necessary to maneuver through the challenges and failures, and the foresight to pave the path to your vision. It's the why that brings these strengths and qualities to the surface and fuels the entire business building process. Day one, we always said to ourselves, well, actually, I wouldn't say day one. When we got deep into doc stock and we started finding out what Jason Nazar was really talking about, and he said, you got to find a why. You got to have a why. You got to have a purpose. You got to have something that's meaningful that when it rains the hardest, when it pours and you just feel like you can't get out of the mud, that why will see you through. And now we're bringing it back up. What is our why? A surprising number of entrepreneurs don't know their why. Many believe they do, but truly haven't gotten to the heart of it. So how do you know if your why isn't complete or that you're missing the mark altogether? Your feelings are the guide to this answer. When you close your eyes and envision your why, how do you feel? You know what I mean? Like if we were to close our eyes right now, we're just thinking about our why, whether it's our kids, our family, our mom, our dad, our brothers, sisters, when we're closing our eyes, or just making an impact, change, difference, doing something positive to create the masterpiece. When we're like this right now, like if I'm closing my eyes right now, I'm thinking about my why and I'm fired up right now. You know what I mean? I'm fired up because it just gets me, revved up, and I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to attack it full force. Those are the feelings that one should have when you think about your why. Your feelings are the guide to this answer. When your eyes are closed, when you close your eyes and envision your why, how do you feel? Does your heart beat a little faster? Do you feel impassioned? Do you experience joy in your heart or butterflies in your gut? Most significantly, does it bring tears to your eyes? I am not one to hold back tears. You guys see me, I cry I don't care what type of place it is. When I'm passionate about something, you're going to feel it. And those tears are going to flow, just like I've seen from you guys. But that is because of the why. It's so strong that it'll leave a grown man put a grown man in tears because he's so passionate, purposeful about the mission. That's right, tears. When I do this work with my clients and they discover the core of their why for the very first time, tears are inevitable. And I'm not talking about watery eyes. I'm talking about deep, meaningful tears that rock their world. This is how you know when you finally found your real why. The process to find your why is simple, but in all of its simplicity, it's not something that most people can do without the guidance and support of strong individuals who are willing and able to evoke and experience the right or the emotions right along with them. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but they said this process is not simple. In all its simplicity, you need somebody with, with the guidance and support, a strong individual who is willing and able to evoke and experience the emotions right along with you. Still, you can get a good start by asking yourself the following questions. I would tell you, however, there is one necessary piece that most people miss. They don't drill down deep enough. They just scratch the surface. We got to go below the surface. We got to go underground. This apocalypse, we got to go underground. If it's, nuclear explosion, that's what type of underground, that's what the deepness that they're talking about in this. And then it says, ironically, the question they don't ask themselves is why, right? Begin with the following questions, and after each one, ask why. Why is this true? Why is this important to me? Why do I feel so strongly about this? Why? If you think about kids, right? I'm talking about babies. They're growing up, and they get to this point where they're just asking questions. Hey, mom, dad, what is this? What does this do? Like, oh, it does this. Why? Because it does that. But why? Because it doesn't. Why? That's that. I mean, it's the simplicity of it all, right? It's the basics of it. But so many entrepreneurs fail to dig deep enough, and that's where we have to get to, digging deep. It says, when you believe you have the answer, ask again why. So even there's how many whys do they say? So it's in this paragraph alone, they say why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 whys in this paragraph alone. Use your feelings as the gauge. They will tell you when you finally arrive at the real answer. This is the last part of this, but this is the most important part. What did it just say before? We're gonna ask some questions to ourselves. Following questions. So when we look at the room right now, there's 4 of us here. And I'm just gonna go around the room, like off the top of your head. You got it. These, I went through them already, so I kind of already got a feel for it. And I kind of already, the answers are pretty much I've been speaking the answers out so much in the past 3 years, it just came easy to me. But that's only me. Now, how do you guys feel? That's the whole thing. What is the most important thing in the world to me? I'm asking you that, Keller. Kids. Nick. Kids.
Knowledge.
Great answers. You know what mine is? Making an impact. That's one of the most important things to me, because of the fact that I love my kid, my daughter. I love all our kids. I love all my family. And it's another step for me, right? Because we always talk about how can we make change? How can we bring change? How can we make an impact? Because the impact will ultimately affect so many more lives, so many more. And so that is my biggest thing, most important thing to me. I want to make an impact. When I lose all track of time, I am usually doing what? Oh, sorry about that. So kids, right? Let's do it. Why? I forgot that. The most, look at the simplicity, and we forgot it just like that.
Well, why? Because
They depend on me.
Depend on you.
Because just like we didn't have, they need somebody to guide them through life to show them what life's really about. The ups and downs, the struggles. We go through it every day, and they won't know. I mean, everybody will find it on their own, but like we said, we're always trying to fight the learning curve. Why not go through everything and tell them which way they should go? Why not help them get to success faster than them trying to do what we did?
Wise.
Why? Because it's better knowing than not knowing. That's as simple as I can put it.
That's all you need to say. You know what's it? Well, I did. That's powerful itself. So, like, I kind of just jumped the gun and I told you guys that. I mean, that was my why. You know what I mean? That was my why. I want to make an impact because I can affect and bring so much change to so many more lives than you know. And that's my whole thinking. So we move on to the second one, and it says, when I lose track of time, what am I usually doing? What am I doing? Or when I lose all track of time, I am usually doing what?
Too much.
Doing too much. The most.
A bunch of nothing.
A bunch of nothing.
Like really scrolling for no reason.
For no. Okay. Hey, mine's, to be honest, when I lose all track of time, I'm grinding with a purpose. You know what I mean? I had to throw it out there because, hey, it gets crazy. You know, it gets crazy sometimes when there's so much piled up and you just like, oh, damn. Then you lose track of time. Next thing you know, it's 12 o'clock at night. You just guapping. But why? Why?
I was going to say that. Either tasks, multitasking, trying to do more things, trying to help multiple causes, trying to help multiple dreams, multiple companies, or just trying to further myself. And sometimes I get unbalanced, and that's where like you said, it becomes this time or that time, and you have other things you still have to accomplish and do, and you're like, damn, I didn't even finish these things yet. But that was all I said. Wow.
The most.
I don't know, just trying to be that person of making it happen. You could say a lot of stuff, but a whole bunch of stuff won't ever get done unless you make something happen. And man, I'm just trying to be that person to make it happen.
Nice.
Because I'm looking at something, or I was going to do something, I do that thing, and then after I'm still just like lost into whatever I was doing before, and then I forget, like, oh snap, I could be doing something else, and then I get to that. But yeah, that's about it.
Cool. I get most excited and passionate when I talk about what?
Make it, like you said, making it some type of change. Our dreams, us or our peers or our family, brothers, and that. I would just say that stuff that has to do with people growing or progressing in life.
I would say just talking about issues, just because how far we've came and where we started at, and how many other people were inspired by what we do, and through all our flaws and personal life, personal issues, we still maintain to just make an impact on everybody.
If it really means something to me, and I'm really trying to make it happen, like Mick said, like when somebody asks me if I'm still doing it, it kind of offends me because I'm like, still? What do you mean still?
Question first.
Yeah, what's the what do you get most excited and passionate about?
Oh, that's what I was getting. That's what I was getting to when somebody asked me, "Oh, are you still doing that?" Or
no, but what is it?
What
is that thing that you get excited about?
Oh,
when you're talking about something, what is it?
Man, like mostly music, but
but
lately it's been mostly like it's been a little bit of ooze juice too, and it just gets me fired up when I talk about both of them at the same time. Like,
so I get, obviously this is a no-brainer. I get most excited and passionate about
Dancing.
that. motivating, inspiring. Those are some of the things that I cling to. Now we say why, right? I know you kind of already went into it.
Yeah, the why really is just seeing the journey, seeing people go from being in a situation where they feel stuck or they can't get out of it and breaking through a barrier and going to another level and just inspiring. They don't understand, but that is inspiring and motivating to help me in my walk as well. So that's why I would say.
Like, yeah, my why is watching people grow and progress in life. Just a lot of people think it's about money, and you don't have to have made a lot of money in a certain amount of time or whatever, but just seeing the process that they went through to come out of their shell to be where they're at now. It's just, man, a lot of people may think you're in the same position you were yesterday or 5 years ago, but yet money or a house or a car doesn't tell you how much you've grown over time. It's what you learned, what you came across, and what you activated. Basically whatever you done learned it and you done kept in. If you activated and actually did it in life, and seeing those people that actually busted a move, hey, more power to it, and more power to us for just motivating and inspiring that person that they could really chase their dreams. They could really turn it into reality. Because people are still dreaming, or people's, lives are still thoughts in the mind, are still ideas, and they ain't really jumping out on it. And just to, be a part of something that just gives life to the next, to grow and want to be something else, something different.
See, why?
The why is because I like to see people do better. So I want to see myself do better as well, and it makes me more passionate when people like try to downplay whatever I'm doing, because it just makes me go for it more, and that's why I'm so passionate about what I do.
As you guys can see, I mean, obviously, like I'm passionate. I'm excited when I get to talk about Oosh Juice, because Oosh Juice was just the avenue, right, to our message. As you guys can see, everybody right here, even though Brandon's new into the meetings, but there's people just want more for others. Like Jesus, he counted the cost, right? He went up on that cross for all of us. We all have that same mindset. That's what we strive for. That's what we believe in. That's what we're fighting for. This is our why. When I talk about motivating and inspiring others, as you can see, the whole group, they feel the same way. Like, I just love to see people grow. To be a part of something that real, that special, when there's so many people that just want to hate on you or down you because you're in the same industry or the same lane, or you're going after their dream, but they don't want to take the steps to go after their dream. It's a blessing to have like-minded individuals that understand we're in the same boat and that we can get to our destination faster if we have the right mindset. That is my why. If money were not an issue, I would volunteer my time and money to do what? Tough one. That's a tough one.
Can you read it to me again?
Yeah, for sure. So it says, if money were not an issue, I would volunteer my time and money to do what?
Change the world.
Change the world.
That's the only answer.
Change the world.
Yeah.
Change the world.
Change the world.
Yeah, make any kind of difference I possibly can out there, because there's a lot of crazy things going on and a lot of people who need help. So
just really pay for teachers, give money and time to really teach those kids that want to learn entrepreneurship, that you could teach them. They don't have to go to school or college or any of that to, if you put enough time. I mean, in school that's like mandatory what they give you. But most people that go to school and college don't graduate and do what they didn't went to school all them years for. So how do you beat that? You start doing the studies, the research, find like-minded people that are heading for the same thing you're doing, so that, hey, none of us went to college or got degrees on anything. But look, we can study ourselves, help each other out on what we need to learn of what we're actually trying to accomplish. And you know what I'm saying? That's what I put my time into, helping people beat the curve, man. Just get to their dreams faster.
What would your why be?
It would be because there's just so many things out there, options, and they're not the right options for people. So if we create more options, like for the youth, for example, we give them more options, like build studios, you build programs where they can grow and build their own companies and stuff. They're not gonna be in the streets. They're not gonna be messing up. They're not gonna be doing it. It's because they have too many options. There's nobody coaching them, because that's what it's really about. If we don't leave leaders, great leaders, when we go, then that leaves the world messed up, just as messed up as we left it. So I just feel like that's how we would make a difference, by finding the void, or finding the problem and coming up with solutions, especially if money's not a problem.
Deep.
That's infinite funding right there. Like, well, y'all can't stop us unless y'all knock us off.
Yep. You got anything to add for your why?
Just add-ons to what them two are talking about. Like, don't want nobody to feel like they don't have nothing. Like they have, or like they should feel like they have a reason to be here, like the reason to do something, a reason to, like, they can make a difference, make them feel like they can make a difference as well. Like,
that's powerful. That's powerful, man. Yeah, it's piggyback. I mean, everyone, all of us, if money wasn't an issue, we all would volunteer our time and money to help find solutions, to put right people in the right places that care. Because you have to have a heart that cares about people, that loves on people, that's willing to do and go the extra mile that is necessary, that is required in order to build up the next, not only our peers, next generation to come, and then obviously for future generations. Because like Yella said, if we don't do that, if money, then we leave the world as messed up as we left it, right? And we're trying to make a change. So it's a piggyback. We're all on the same page right here. We would volunteer our time and our money to giving back to community, to giving back to those who are willing to stand in the gap, willing to bring change, willing to make an impact, willing to make a difference, and really just sifting out like all those people that just playing game, just want to play the game. Nah, we getting really focused attention, energy on those who want to be committed to really bringing that change that we speak of. The next one, it says, if there was one thing in the world that I could change, what would it be? Whew, that's a big one. There's so many things. One thing in the world, though. We had just one. But I just want the answer, and then we go why after. Just the answer, then why after. Because it's a lot.
I would, no. I would change the way people look at people who chase their dreams. That would be my first thing. Yeah.
I would change the government and the top people that are
there we go.
That's the first one.
I wouldn't want to change anybody because God made that person who he is, so I don't want to change him, but I would want to change the people that's in position that make the calls.
Got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say change the candidates for president this year, because it's kind of fun.
Kinda, it is. This is a tough one right here. One thing out of the whole world, what would I change? And I would have to say, I mean, there's nothing. I would have to agree with Mick, and Brandon, is because of the fact that these people are in those positions, and I'm gonna start off with my why: government, leadership. Those people in those positions. So I'll do my why right now. But these people are in those positions for a specific reason, and for what they're doing is so detrimental to our society as we look at it today, right? so brainwashed, so systematic, so programmed into this belief that we got to just stay under the thumb. We just got to collect our check, go to work 40 plus hours a week for the man, collect the check, and just keep on running this rat race. You know what I mean? We get new people in those positions that really want to bring the change that we speak of. Imagine what this world would be like. But because it's ran by major corporations, because the almighty dollar is what it's really about, this is why our world is what it is today. Yeah.
I should have said president. But yeah, I said that because I just feel like that's one of the biggest issues entrepreneurs face is everybody around them laughing and looking at them a certain way, which really the people doing it is fear for them. They're laughing at us because they don't know if it's possible. We know it's possible because we're in it, you know, but they laugh or they ridicule, they condemn, or they just feel like you're wasting time, you know, but that's one of the things I would change is the way they look at people and just not say nothing if possible.
You know, my wise, because everybody is programmed to, like I said, to thinking they got to live under the thumb, to work a 9 to 5. You got to work for the man. And I just want everybody to be bosses and stand up to know you're a king, you're a god, you're a boss. But you got to believe it and you got to feel it when you say it. And at the end of the day, nobody could to make you be a king or a boss. You got to be a boss on your own. You got to feel it. And you got to really believe in what you speak because, man, a lot of people say they're bosses, but they're really employees. A lot of people say they're kings, but they're really peasants. And you got to understand the difference between both of them.
I say that because the why, like Donald Trump said it himself, like it doesn't matter who's the face of it. There's already people that's telling them what to do anyway. So they just need like somebody who really has their own mind. Like, but it's not gonna happen. So.
Running for president.
2032, we run. That says okay. There's 3 more. What world issues matter most to me? All right. Yeah. What world issues matter most to me?
Issues, plural.
Just issue, just one.
Okay.
What world
I would
issue?
say poverty.
Poverty.
Education.
I would have to say the international type of thing where like the states always got something going on with somebody else in the world, so who knows what's gonna happen out here, like so basically like international crisis type thing.
International, okay. No.
ISIS.
World issue matters most to me. I mean, if there was one, that's a tough one for me. You know, there's so many world issues that, like, the average person doesn't even know about. You know what's going on. So to just say one of them, classes. I'd say that, and then I'll go into it. But
I said poverty because it don't make sense to me how countries like ours waste billions of pounds in food every year. There's other countries who can't even get a bite to eat all week type shit. Like,
real.
So there needs to be a paradigm shift. Shit. Niggas waste too much shit.
I said education because, I mean, they give out a lot of education, but the teachers and the professors or whoever are teaching aren't really they're not giving their full efforts into, you know, giving the kids the knowledge. They're just, you know, just programming them to think of all the stuff we shouldn't be thinking about.
The textbooks.
I say international crisis because we even know what's going on right now in the world, and Like they hide it so much until something happens, and then they want to tell everybody, like, oh, this just happened. So yeah. But if they would just alert people a little bit faster or a little bit better, then I think a lot more people would feel more safe, or at least take the measures that they can to get safe, somewhere safe. Like, don't just be out in the street when there's something's about to happen. Like,
kill for press.
So I said classes. I mean, my why for that is because I just don't think that there should be different classes in society. I don't think there should be a rich class, a middle class, and a poor class. I think that everybody should be on the same playing field, and because of the power that we give the dollar, that is why we're in this position where, you know, some people are just barely struggling to make it, and then you got multimillionaires, billionaires with all the tax breaks, you know, keeping their money. I mean, yeah, they deserve it because they figured out how to play the game. Okay, cool. But what I'm getting at is I think everybody should be on the same playing field. You know, I mean, we give too much power to this dollar, and that kind of corrupted, you know, it corrupted our system. It did. It corrupted us as a people, as Americans. And now look at what we're faced with. You know, you got 3 different classes of people who are just trying to make it. And then you got these different personalities because people feel a certain way. You know, when you're not in a certain class, you start to look down on people. Or some people start to look, he ain't even in my class. And it's something that we talk about all the time. Like, I see
even a low class anymore, just the middle.
Yeah, it's just middle. No, it's actually rich and there's no middle.
Yeah.
There's no middle now. It's just rich or poor, like that. That's how it's going, where it's going. And you know, it's interesting how this thing is playing out because of the fact that me and Kayla talk about this all the time. It's like, man, people, they got it fucked up. You know, they really do. It's like everybody was in a position before they got to the position they're in now. And to look down on the next person because he's catching the bus, right? Yo, you got a car now. You see somebody at the bus stop. Oh, look at that. He catching the bus. Nah, man, it ain't even about that because you were in that same position just a couple months ago or even a year or 2 ago, whatever. You got up, okay, but that doesn't give you the right to be judgmental on the next person. And that's why I say classes. Our next one, it says, this one, I don't know if you guys ever heard of that show, TED Talk, but it says, if I did a TED Talk, what would my core message be? If you did one, a TED Talk, your core message.
My core message would just to be like letting people know like they could do something. They got, instead of just going to school for like some basic courses or whatever, try to go somewhere where you could actually learn a trade. There's something where you could actually make your own money out of instead of working for somebody else. Like anything, something to make a difference. Like that would probably be my main focus of a TED Talk.
So he just gave the answer and the why.
Mine would be life is more than just living. Why? Because most people just live to pay bills.
Life is more than just living.
Don't be one of those people that just live to pay bills.
And I'll read it back for you, Kayla. It says, if I did a TED Talk, are you going on the page right now?
No.
Oh, well, we might as well get some footage while we're here. And yo, Brandon, get some. Since we're going to be closing up right here for this Work Hard Wednesday. Oops. UCJUIC. Okay. All right, so the question was, if I did a TED Talk, what would my core message be?
Dare to turn your dream into reality.
Yeah. Easy money. Easy money. If I did a TED Talk, what would my core message be? Simple. I totally agree with you. They already gave their answers and their whys. And obviously, I know we're on the same page with this, just like everyone else would be. That's our mission. You know, we're trying to really we started the wave. That wave is here. We're in this thing, and there's so many that come after us. Now we just got to continue to keep that thing going. That is my why. No matter how rough it gets, because the waves are choppy. Ain't nothing just like no waves just are. Well, you have, but most waves when you're out there in the ocean, they're choppy. Everything is moving. So my why is continue to keep the message strong, dare to turn your dream into reality, continue to keep motivating and inspiring people, continue to empower people, continue to help people to believe that they can tap into their inner greatness. That's what it's about. Did you want to add?
Oh, everything he said. No, I'm just quote I just thought of right now is because it's one thing to be inspired and it's one thing to be the inspiration. And for us, we're living proof that you can chase and catch your dreams, and from a dream to reality, we envisioned it in the mind and then we manifested it with our everyday works, so
cool. I was telling you to add some text in there, like work hard Wednesday, going down, like things like that. But he got it. All right, here goes the last one, and then we end it out here. What are my personal values? This too goes deeper than you may believe. Another process that you may need to help going through. Personal values. I mean, that's one that has more. It's more of an answer than just one word. What are my personal values?
Damn, there's so many. But
I would say let's just think of the main one, like a main.
I would just say loyalty, perseverance, and just faith. Those are three I would say.
Cool.
Faith and belief.
I'll say faith, loyalty, and time. Time is of the essence.
I would say just for me, live your life kind of, but more of that's kind of hard to explain. Had it though.
Carpe seize the day.
Just live your life, but kind of be conscious and keep it.
Keep it
cool. Or come back to it, but some of my personal values: trust, obviously. Got to have belief, and you got to have faith. Those are my top three things. Why?
I would say because in business and in life, you're gonna need loyalty. You don't want to burn bridges. You don't want to. You just don't want to put yourself in a position where you're by yourself in a time of need or just in general. And then I would just say faith too as the other biggest one. I would say because through everyday life and works, we need faith.
Mm-hmm.
We don't just wake up and get in the car without faith. We're gonna get to where we're going. We don't even open our eyes. Like we open our eyes and we don't even think. Damn, we open our eyes by faith. You feel me? Because if not, we would be gone. That day was appointed for us to get up and do some amazing things, and I just believe it takes a lot of faith to do what we do in everyday works and for entrepreneurs. Yeah.
And perseverance.
I skipped it because it's like
it kind of goes in with faith.
Yeah, perseverance, because you got to keep going no matter what avenue or whatever walk of life you're in. You have to keep going, and that's why I would say perseverance is a big one.
I said loyalty, time, and faith. Loyalty it proves who's there and who's really got your back. And then time is, don't waste no man's time, no woman's time. It's valuable. You can't get it back. Everything else you're doing, you can get it all back. Time, you can't get that back. Faith, you gotta have tons of faith. I mean, God says if you have the little mustard seed of faith, great things can happen. I just think you gotta have faith, because there comes trying times, and a lot of people that hate and put you down and don't believe, and it could become, it could rub off on a person. But with good faith and beliefs, nobody could tell you different.
Said like to live your life, because like you don't want to be that person that's always being told you can't do it. So if you're telling yourself you can do it, then you can do it. Like just gotta make it work for you as much as you possibly can. Make it work for you.
And I said trust, faith, belief, all three things that I really hold as like personal values to me, because of the fact that trust in this game that we're playing, trust is hard to come by. Whether it's the game of life or business, trust is hard to come by, because there's so many people that are just trying to get over you. So it's hard and it's rare to find those ones that you can say, man, I could trust this dude with the bag to secure the bag. You feel me? Or I could trust this dude to go bust a move. I'm out over here and I could hit him up and I know he got me. You know what I mean? Faith, I'm gonna piggyback off of that. A lot of people get swayed, because they didn't have enough faith. They didn't have enough belief in something. They get swayed because something, new voice comes in and so, it's pleasing the ear. And so if you don't have faith to move mountains, guess what? You're not going to move the mountains. Mick just brought up that fact. Jesus said, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. What are we doing? You know what I mean? If you really think about moving a mountain, you're saying to yourself, okay, I need to go get the contractors. I need to go get the, these people with the equipment to move this mountain because it's in my way. That's the meaning of that parable right there. That's what that means, and that's what we're doing here. And you have to have faith, because there's going to be so much going on through the journey. So many people falling off, so many people not believing. The disbelief is there, and like Mick said, it could rub off. But if your faith is not strong, you going with them too. Belief. I have so much belief, trust, faith. It's all tied into one, and the one who sent us. There's no way our God that loves us so much, that created us in his image, is going to send us out on a wild goose chase and say, haha, and just be laughing up there. I don't believe that. I don't. So I trust the one who leads us. I trust the one who sent us on this mission, because all he has done for us is all he has done and continues to be is a blessing, because the doors open up. There's more blessings. He's just pouring down on us. And if you can't recognize that, you can't see it, I don't know. You're blinded. You blind. Like, real deal. In our whole journey, you couldn't ask for the breaks that we've got. Yeah, we may not have gotten that big break where it's just like, 0 to 100 real quick. But the organic growth that has been happening year after year, those are the breaks that we have been looking for our whole life, and we just didn't recognize them. And now we are more wise, because we can see things and we can notice them and we can take them into account. And that's the belief that I have in him. That is the end of our meeting right there. It was a good meeting today, I feel like, for all of us, because we got involved. We got to find more articles like this that get us involved. Instead of just one person talking, we want to hear what's coming out the next person's mouth. How is their mind working? What are they thinking about? I learned so much about Brandon today than I have, who knows? I learned so much on him just when we're going out to events and we're grinding out there together and just chilling. But this is a different light that I haven't seen. I know you could agree to that too, right? You've known him all your life. But just to see what a meeting can do, right? If we're asking each other questions, if we're checking on each other, seeing where our mental game is, seeing where we're at, how we can help each other grow. And that's why this is a blessing to be here today. So I thank you guys for your time. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Amen.